And then when I kicked her out, I discovered that she had pinched the money off me. She'd gone through my suitcase while I was asleep.
It's mostly foreigners who don't know how to respect the culture.
Locals kind of, not often, but they will kind of take advantage of Westerners while you're here.
Where else can you do that in the world?
I'm in the north of Thailand in the city of Chiang Mai, and in this video I'm talking to a bunch of people to talk about their best experiences here in Southeast Asia. Hopefully this way I get you inspired to travel to this part of the world. But I'm also looking for the worst experiences, the downsides, the things that you have to look out for. So you come prepared on your next trip to Southeast Asia.
Can you name the countries that you've been to?
Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Cambodia, Laos, Philippines obviously, Thailand, Vietnam.
Is there a big difference between the Filipinos and the Thais?
No, not really. I think we're all very friendly and kind of subservient, family-oriented, and typically very respectful of other people's cultures.
Let's say people from outside of Southeast Asia, they're watching now, and I try to trigger them to also come and visit this part of the world. So why should people come and visit Southeast Asia in general?
To take you out of your bubble, to expand your worldview. There's just so much more out there for you to explore, and it'll be good for you to meet people of all kinds.
Other than the Philippines, what's your favorite country?
In Southeast Asia, it would probably be Vietnam, and then Thailand, a close second.
Okay, and why is Vietnam, let's say, number one for you?
Traveling there and just having a good experience with the people was a great time overall.
Can you mention one of the very best moments in Vietnam?
Making friends wherever I go, specifically locals and not just expats or other travelers. Some people might overlook that because there's a language barrier, but there's always a way, and it's always better to have local friends.
I'm also looking for the worst experiences or the things that we should be careful of.
It's mostly foreigners who don't know how to respect the culture. That's what I find is bad.
In what kind of forms do you see that?
People not dressing appropriately, people thinking that Southeast Asia is their playground to act the way they want to. Like I said, you have to step outside your worldview. You need to be open instead of thinking that everything is the same as where you're from. We will welcome you. It's just that you need to be considerate.
Anything else that people should be aware of before coming to Southeast Asia?
Bring the medicine that you have from your country because your stomachs might not be so used to our food and our water.
This channel is based in Thailand. I'm showing you the beauty of Southeast Asia, and I'm meeting a lot of interesting people along the way, doing these street interviews to get a better understanding of what each place is like in Southeast Asia.
I've been to Vietnam, Philippines, spent a lot of time here in Thailand. Haven't been to Laos or Cambodia yet though.
Okay. And how about Indonesia, Singapore?
Oh yeah, spent a lot of time in Indonesia. Been to Singapore one time. Thailand here is probably my favorite country out of all of them. The nicest place, I wouldn't say it's the nicest, but for me, I think Pai is my favorite. Pai is like a hippie haven, man. It's what I would call like an adult playground. There's just people just living their lives out here, man. A lot of free spirits.
Like the adult playground, if you mention that in Thailand, then people maybe get the different impression.
Nothing, I would say that's dark and innuendo-ish, but no, it's more like, people just out here to find themselves, become better, seeking forms of enlightenment. One thing I will say, one of the most magical experiences I did have here in Thailand was at a monastery called Wat Pa Tam Wua. It's maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Pai. It's a Buddhist monastery in the forest where you practice Vipassana meditation.
The what, sorry?
Vipassana meditation.
I don't know what that is, sorry.
Meditation from the Theravadic sector of Buddhism, mostly practiced here in Thailand. It's such a powerful, I would say, life-changing experience. It's almost like taking drugs, like being on some kind of trip, but you go within your own mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then how long do you meditate for then?
Usually it's 10 hours a day. You'll do maybe two hours in the morning, 5 a.m., and then you'll do like a walking meditation for an hour, then you have like a 2-hour break where you can go and like walk and do your own thing or meditate on your own. The first time I did it was back in 2019, really opened up my eyes on just how much we think about the future and the past and what really takes us out of like being here in the present moment, how we get caught up in our own thoughts and what really is not there, you know. It's really powerful.
If you have to pick another country in Southeast Asia which people really should check out, which one would it be?
Indonesia is great too, man. There's a lot of nice places in Indonesia if you're into scuba diving or water sports, surfing. I mean, Bali is always popular, but there's plenty of other places. Banda Aceh, the island of Java, you know, the entire place of Java. Indonesia is very, very great as well.
Can you tell us a little bit about the negative sides or some negative experiences you had here in Southeast Asia?
You might have to pay more prices at certain places in touristy areas just because you are a tourist. Locals kind of, not often, but they will kind of take advantage of Westerners while you're here. I've traveled over 20 countries at this point, and Western Europe. I come from America, and I mean, I would say Southeast Asia is one of the least places you have to worry about crime or theft or any of that stuff. So yeah, you can feel very safe here.
2 months here, then the Philippines for 3 weeks,
Nice.
and then back here for another couple of months. So I've got about 2 weeks left.
Are you traveling or are you just staying in like...
Just travelling around, yeah.
Oh, good. So I'm basically making a video about the best experiences in Southeast Asia, but also the worst experiences, so we can learn also a little bit about what we can expect over here. Can you tell me a little bit about your best experiences here?
Best experience, I don't know, Pattaya, nightlife, I guess.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You like that, yeah?
Nightlife,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, why not? Divorced man, you know, so...
Got you.
Yeah.
So can I ask you what happened in Pattaya then?
You know, going out and meeting people and getting drunk and having a good time.
Yeah. How is the Philippines for that, like as a single man?
Brilliant. Yeah, it's better than here because there's far less tourists, you know. You are a minority, whereas here, you know, there's all nationalities. In the Philippines, there's very, very few. Few Americans, but...
Where have you been in the Philippines?
I did a week in Manila and then down to Cebu.
What I'm doing basically, I'm making two types of videos. One is street interviews and one is the travel vlogs, and I'm showing the best of the best basically.
Okay.
But I also try to be real, and especially when I do street interviews, I try to seek for the stuff that we should look out for or some negative things.
Okay.
Can you teach us a little bit about how to stay out of trouble? And
well, the best advice I could give is anyone that looking for a girlfriend or something, install Tinder on your phone, because you know when you come to Asia, you know as soon as you land, you know your phone just lights up with like 150 likes in the space of an hour. You know,
right, okay.
Yeah. And it took me 2 hours to get a date, and within 5 hours I was laid. So yeah.
All right, in Bangkok then, or
no, that was in the Philippines. That was in Manila. Yeah.
Okay.
But the same applies here in Bangkok. Only here, I think there's more competition. You know, and a lot of the women here are out to make money, whereas in the Philippines I never paid a penny for sex.
I would like to go to the worst experiences. Did something happen that was maybe not so pleasant?
There was a girl in Manila that was very, very pushy. She didn't seem to want to take no for an answer. And then when I kicked her out, I discovered that she had pinched some money off me. She'd gone through my suitcase while I was asleep. It was only a small amount of money, but to them, I guess it's a lot. If you bring a stranger home, you know, be aware that, you know, you could potentially lose your money.
This last time I just came from Vietnam and Laos, and now I'm back to Chiang Mai. But I've been to Chiang Mai many, many times.
Yeah. Where have you been in Southeast Asia? Can you name the countries?
Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar.
What are the very best things, and what's your best experience here in Southeast Asia?
The ability to navigate on your own and still connect with people.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing of all. That there's a lot of people that are doing that these days.
Yeah.
You know, staying and doing work online and then wanting to go out and have a bit of a social life. And it's all ages. It's for people of all ages. So I think it's a freedom to travel and for it to still be affordable and to be in countries that are so welcoming of tourists. The food, the live music venues, like you can see a lot of different music from all over the world. I don't know if you know Jack Johnson, he's a famous musician, but I saw him play in Pai one night, and that was pretty amazing.
What, just like on the street basking, or?
In jam night. It's fun to be able to see musicians coming from everywhere, and it doesn't matter whether they're famous or not, they all get together and they make something happen, and the tourists feel it. It's like a special moment for their holiday.
You don't play music yourself?
I sing sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best place in Southeast Asia for you, think?
I love Pai very much. Pai is amazing. It's got waterfalls, rivers, hot springs, elephant camps, and people from all over the world who love to be in nature. So it's a freeing experience to be able to go there and spend some time there.
Can you go back in your memory and think of one negative experience here, so people are a bit more prepared coming to Southeast Asia?
Well, I think the saying is you'll come for the weather, but you'll leave because of the climate, or vice versa. A lot of people in the world aren't prepared for what it's like to be in the tropics.
It's hot and sweaty, and
It can be, and sometimes you get stuck where you are because of weather conditions and transportation. And so you have to have patience and keep safe, safety number one. And sunrise and sunset, no, you want to avoid the mosquitoes.
Oh yeah.
I think that's probably the most two negative things I can think of.
I get quite often the question, Chai, do I need to do something with the malaria pills or something? Like, do you take any medicine?
I've never done any of that, but what I do is I check to see if the places I'm planning to travel to are having an issue or not in the present. So if already there's been a problem with malaria or dengue, well then I can change my plans and not go there for now. Because that means the mosquitoes aren't okay there right now. So I think being preventative and proactive. And then I know that there's medicine you can take if you've been exposed. So then, if you have to, you have to, but you have a choice in that way if you're being careful and looking at where you're actually traveling to.
It doesn't mean that once there was malaria that it's still here, you're saying?
This is it. It's in areas, it's usually areas that have already been logged. That's a whole other issue.
And I'm still looking for some, like the worst experience. Did something happen that was maybe not so pleasant?
I got mugged on the border going into Malaysia.
Okay.
By a man with only one leg and a crutch on a motorbike.
He was your driver then, or?
He was bringing me to money exchange, and he kicked me off the bike with his good leg and took the money. And it's and even the worst travel experience, it's like that's the funniest story ever, right?
So wait, what happened? Sorry, you went to get cash at the border?
I went to get exchange money, and the fellow said, "I'll take you," and I thought, why not? He looked harmless.
It's so funny you laugh about it. But...
Well, yeah, because then it created a whole dynamic. When I told the tourist police, they thought the story was so funny that they brought me to the police station to tell the chief. And while I was at the police station, it flooded. The whole Southern Asia flooded and the borders closed. And so it made a whole adventure of me going to Kuala Lumpur and then trying to find another way that was safe to come back to visit Thailand.
So how did it end up? Did you...
No problem. I ended up on a barge with a bunch of goats and landed in southern Thailand.
Wow, you've got a lot of nice experiences as well, I can imagine.
Well, yeah, for sure, because people are amazing, and Thailand really is the land of smiles, and people really mean it, especially in the north. So no one wants you to feel alone. So if you're traveling alone, they're always feeling apologetic and wanting to make sure that they've made space so you're not alone, which makes it even more fun when you're traveling on your own, because you're going to come into a lot of really amazing experiences that other people are making you a part of.
Can you tell us one more story which is really sticking out, positive or negative?
One time, I was in a temple in a small village in Mae Hon Son, and it was a Buddha holiday, and I was sitting cross-legged on the temple, and a swan came out of nowhere, walked up the stairs, crossed the wood, and sat in my lap and put his beak here and started speaking in my ear.
Like quack, quack, quack?
Yep. And the monk stopped and asked me, what did the swan say? I had no idea what the swan said. That does make me remember a lot of experiences with Tom's elephant camp in Pai, because the oldest elephant there is the same age as me. And I spent a Songkran there one time, which is the water festival. And the elephants had so much fun spraying people. And that elephant camp has a hot spring too. So after we got cold from throwing water, we all went to the hot spring. And then we went to the river and watched the elephants play in the river. Where else can you do that in the world?
Do you have a message to the world or some wisdom to pass on?
Just like school is knowledge and education, travel is the university and college of the world. If you can have a chance to travel, it'll expand your mind so much. You'll you'll see that not everything is as you think it seems. We get ethnocentristic when we don't leave home too much, thinking the rest of the world is having the same experience.
This was the best and worst experiences in Southeast Asia. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did so, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to say from Chiang Mai in the north of Thailand, bye for now and stay champ.